Hi, I'm Adam Banning from Metagenics. Have you ever considered reaching out to corporations for new patients? If so, you're going to find this week's episode of great interest. Well, once again, it's time to buckle your seatbelts and get ready for another installment of the Chiromarketing Advantage. So you say you want to get new patients from corporations in your local area. Well, there's lots of different approaches out there, but I've got one that'll not only give you new patients, and lots of them, but also allow you to earn thousands of dollars every single time you do it. Sound interesting? Well, here it is. It's corporate wellness fairs, and I'm going to be showing you a proven strategy to prepare, propose them to companies, and conduct them. But before we get into that, you may be asking, why would corporations be interested in having me conduct corporate wellness fairs for them? According to recent statistics, 80% of American corporations with 50 or more employees currently offer their people some form of corporate wellness program. Any experienced VP of human resources knows that every dollar invested in corporate wellness will yield a return of as much as $4 in reduced absenteeism, medical claims, and insurance premiums. Corporate wellness fairs are a proven and accepted way to provide employees with screenings and information about health challenges and treatment options. So with that in mind, let's get the ball rolling by talking about preparation. Local professionals and organizations will need to be contacted and told about your corporate wellness fairs. They're an opportunity to promote their products, services, and missions to a well-insured group of proactive healthcare consumers. They will each gladly provide some form of health screening and/or information to the corporate employees at the fair. Lastly, depending upon the size of the corporation, each of them will be more than happy to give you between $100 and $400 to have a table at your fair. Certain vendors may want more space than one table, so make it available to them at an additional cost. Some fair organizers in New York City charge as much as $1,000 per booth and have no problem filling their fairs with vendors. Here's a sample list of the professionals, screenings, and informational services that you can make available at your corporate wellness fair. Your practice could offer chiropractic screening, ergonomic assessment, or pain management. A local gym or spa could offer body fat analysis. Everybody's always interested in that. A local optometrist or laser surgeon could offer vision testing. A podiatrist can offer foot health evaluations. Local organic market can tell people why they should go organic. An audiologist from a hearing aid dealer can do a hearing test. A plastic surgeon or a dermatologist, they would offer free makeup artist, info on Botox, and info on something that's really catching on, which is laser removal of hair. A non-chain bookstore selling books on health. Your local insurance agent talking about life insurance and retirement plans. Your local independent pharmacy with information on cold and flu season and allergy remedies. A water cooler distributor with information on why use bottled water. A colon hydrotherapist talking about regaining regularity and why use colonics. An acupuncturist or hypnotherapist talking about effective ways to quit smoking or lose weight. The local chapter of the American Heart Association, that's right, they'll come if you ask them, and they'll send somebody to do blood pressure testing. The National Diabetes Association representative in the area would be more than happy to do diabetes screening. Note, giving free booth space to well-known health associations helps to boost the perceived integrity of your fair. Lastly, recent graduates of the closest massage school will offer free 10-minute shoulder massages. Note, most organizers don't charge these recently graduated massage therapists. These new licensed massage therapists are willing to offer free 10-minute sessions to promote their services. Next, get verbal agreements from all of the vendors who'd like to attend. Have all of the healthcare providers send you their curriculum vitae and any information on their practices. And all of the other vendors should send you information on their businesses or associations. If for some reason they are slow in getting you this information, ask them if they have a website. That information should be listed there as well. With this information, you will create a 1 to 2 page promotional piece entitled Corporate Wellness Fairs, Practitioners, Businesses, and Associations Providing Health Assessments and Valuable Information. It'll serve as a listing of all the booths and what they'll be offering employees at the fair. Give a brief description of each booth. That would include their assessments, services, and information they'll offer. Also include a bio that's 3 to 4 sentences long. This will serve as a main marketing piece to promote your fair to local corporations. Lastly, you're going to want to create a letter of introduction. You'll want to print it up and put it on your letterhead. Some of the points to bring out in this letter would be We represent a group of well-respected local healthcare providers, businesses, and nonprofit organizations that come together to conduct on-site wellness fairs for corporations. Employees who attend our fairs benefit from free health screenings and valuable information while enjoying a complimentary buffet lunch and chair massages. And lastly, these 2-hour events are totally free of charge to your company and employees. Next, you'll want to compile a list of the local corporations with 200 employees or more. If you're looking for a way to gather that information, contact your local Chamber of Commerce. If the list for some reason is very large in that category, you'll want to narrow it down to the group of corporations that are between 200 and 500 employees. Corporations of that size are large enough to have a human resources department, yet small enough just in case you're new at handling this type of event. Now that you've done your preparation, you're ready to start making proposals to companies. Your contact person at the corporations will likely be the head of human resources or their assistant. Try to set an appointment with them after you've ascertained that they're interested in providing health and wellness programs to their employees. They may ask you to send them info before they meet with you. This is where you'll mail or email them your letter of introduction and the list of vendors that you've already created. If you're sending info first, tell them that you'll make a follow-up phone call in just a few days to answer any questions they may have or to set up an appointment. Getting your first appointment with a VP of Human Resources is great, but remember one thing, it may be the first appointment of several before that VP will agree to a date for your fair. Always remember, persistence is important with this approach, but once you get a couple fairs under your belt, it becomes easier and easier. You too will see that persistence pays off when you've gotten some corporations to commit to fair dates. Now you're ready to conduct the events. And here are some valuable insights that you may want to keep in mind. Most of these fairs are held around lunchtime, so if yours starts at noon and ends at 2 p.m., tell the vendors that they should be set up at their tables no later than 11:45 and shouldn't break down their table any earlier than 2:15. You'll have already asked each of the corporations for the use of their largest meeting room or all-purpose room for the event. For the purpose of optimizing the attendee flow and increasing vendor exposure, you'll want to take the following steps. First, place the vendors' tables 3 feet away from the wall so they can sit behind them. Vendors sitting behind their tables is psychologically more inviting to attendees. Second, space your vendors out so they can cover the entire perimeter of the room. This promotes a circular flow of attendees to the fair. Third, place the food and refreshment table against the wall furthest from the entrance. Lastly, place a sign at the entrance of the fair saying, "Win an iPod." Hand each attendee a floor plan of the vendors. Tell them to put their name and daytime number on top, then go around to get signatures from each table. After they've collected all the signatures, they should place their sheet in the drawing box, and a winner will be chosen after lunch. This strategy promotes an even flow of traffic for every booth. So there you have it, the fundamentals of preparing, proposing, and conducting corporate wellness fairs. With this strategy, everyone wins. You get lots of new well-insured patients, the other vendors get new patients and customers, and the corporation doesn't pay a cent to have their employees made aware of numerous ways to improve their productivity and health. Then last but not least, you'll bring in an extra $2,000 to $3,000 in income above the cost of catering, furniture rental, and the iPod you'll be giving away. Imagine the benefits of conducting one or more of these a month. Well, until next time, I'm Adam Banning from Metagenics, and you've been watching The Chiro Marketing Advantage.